welcome. Good evening. I'm Miss Jill, and this is In the Know, where we let you know what's happening in your community. Tonight, we have several guests from an organization that strives to promote and honor the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. through community activism, youth engagement, and multicultural educational activities. This organization is actually getting ready to move into their 40th year in 2025. Welcome. Good evening.
Hello.
How are we?
Oh, I'm doing well.
Great. Great. So I want to start off first. We have a lot to talk about tonight. First, I just want to start off with some introductions. We are here with the MLK Club, again, going into their 40th year, which is a big deal. So we're going to find out a little bit tonight. What is the MLK Club? What do they bring to the community? What are they hoping the impact is? So we're going to go ahead and start with Mr. George Hicks. George, if you'd introduce yourself as well as your affiliation with the organization, please.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So my name is George Hicks. I am the current president of the Dr. King Club, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Club, and I'm actually going into my second year. So as of 2024, I became the new president of the Dr. King Club.
Thank you. Porsche, hello.
Hello. My name is Porsche Williams. I am the vice president of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Club. I believe I'm going into my second year.
Okay.
One is a member, and then second year as the vice president. So it's going to be fun.
Gotcha. And we have Doc V, who is a familiar face, but is also part of the organization. Hi, V.
Hi.
And what is your affiliation with the organization?
I am a very excited board member.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. So we're going to have a great conversation and hopefully inform the community about the club itself and what it does. The mission, I'm going to go ahead and read the mission statement. I put it in there a little bit, but the mission of the Martin Luther King Jr. Club is to promote and honor the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. through, again, community activism, youth engagement, and multicultural educational activities. So for starters, let's start out talking about what is the MLK Club. If I knew nothing about the organization, how would you explain that to someone first and foremost?
Yeah, absolutely. So we think about the Dr. King Club. We think about everything that Dr. King has been able to impact over the years, in particular the civil rights movement. And we think about his nonviolent approach to making sure that we get things done for not just African Americans, but all citizens.
Right.
So the Dr. King Club, as I mentioned in the mission statement, we exist because we want to make sure that we're engaging with our young people. We want to make sure that they know who Dr. King was, the impact of Dr. King, and also the fact that he literally gave his life for others.
Right. And on a personal level, George, what brought you to the organization?
Oh, absolutely. So when I think about the Dr. King Club, as a young person, I was always involved in or attending the events years ago at Southtown Mall. And I remember Glenn Gleason and everything that he and all the other members, they were putting on just these events and having activities and booths and for Black entrepreneurs to come out. And that was exciting to me as a young person. So as I became older, my wife and I, we became booth vendors and attendees as well.
Okay.
But also, I'm engaged in the community in other aspects.
Right.
So this falls in line with what I do in terms of giving back to the community, being a part of youth organizations, which I've been a part of as well, social opportunities. I've been a part of the rescue mission on boards and so forth.
Okay.
But so for me, this is an opportunity to give back. My grandfather was a civil rights leader in a small town called New Bern, Alabama.
Okay.
And I was able to, as an adult, find out that my grandfather had the opportunity when Dr. King came in town. He spoke from the back of my grandfather's truck. And that was just something that continues to stay in my heart, because my grandfather is one of my heroes.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Love that story. So this is just another path of your purpose and
Oh,
your
absolutely.
purpose.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
My purpose has always been to give back. This is a great opportunity to give back.
Gotcha.
That's good.
Porsche, tell us a little bit about what personally brought you to the organization as well.
I can't go back as far as George, the Southtown Mall, but I was part of the Martin Luther King Club when they were going to the right downtown. What's the name of the place? The Grand Wayne Center.
Grand
I'm
Wayne.
sorry.
Yep,
Yes.
Grand Wayne, yes.
We would sing the choir there. My mother decided, Portia, let's start taking some of these trips that the Martin Luther King Club had.
Yes.
And we started going on trips. At the time, I said, I'm going to be the youngest person on these trips. Am I really going to go? Okay, she wants me to go. Let's go. I had a ball.
Yes.
Okay.
The bridge that Martin Luther King couldn't cross, they went back the second day trying to cross over the bridge. We went to that bridge through the Martin Luther King tour. We've gone to different places just to educate ourselves and learn more. I have 2 youth myself, young boys, and to be able to empower them and let them know that the struggles that our grandparents came from, that they don't have anymore.
Yes.
Giving them the opportunity to be able to see the changes that are being made going forward, speaking truth to life, actually doing the work and showing them the work is why I'm in this.
Love it.
Amazing.
Miss V,
That's good.
what brought you to the organization?
Oh my goodness. To me, it was a no-brainer. So I'll say being in any type of leadership position, and so as an educator and a business owner, I would say it would have been, to me, I don't know. I think it just wouldn't have added up. It wouldn't have made sense for me not to be a part of the MLK Club, first of all, just as a member, but then to be in a position where I can help make some decisions that hopefully moving forward, we can even be more impactful in our community. It just made sense to me.
Right.
And so, I love that they have like stories that they can share that includes Dr. King. So I'm going to share one too. So being that my family originated from Alabama, Marion, Alabama. And my father was, somebody who had friends that marched, and my mom was at some of the sit-ins and things like that. I'll say it just makes sense for me to help continue to carry the legacy and move it forward. Because if not, especially with them trying to take certain books and history out of our schools, things could get lost.
Yes.
And so I believe the MLK Club being here to keep the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. alive is a big deal. Absolutely. And so I want to be a part of that big deal moving forward.
Yes. Amen. So I'm going to take a phrase that you just said and move it forward is what you said. So George, Mr. Hicks, I have a question for you. As the new leader, what is your vision for MLK is in terms of moving it forward?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been in Fort Wayne most of my life. I had an opportunity to be a part of many organizations and engaging in community. But I really feel that now is the time to do what's right. And as I think about my role as a new president, I'm looking to engage more youth.
Okay.
I'm looking to collaborate more within the community. Really, truly bring on that word unity, unifying. And everyone who's ready to move forward with me, I'm ready to move forward with them as well.
Amen. Great answer. Great answer. So we talked a little bit about why you're involved in the organization. So you mentioned the youth.
Yes.
And I think anytime we're trying to make change or educate, that's where we need to start, is with our youth. What kind of participation do you see in terms of the youth? I mean, all three of you talked about being interested in this from a younger age for a variety of reasons. Do you feel like you're getting a lot of reception from the younger people? And the second part of that is, why do you think it's so important that you do get that reception from our youth?
Yeah, absolutely. When I think about if we forget where we've been, that's sometimes if you forget where you've come from, you don't know where you're headed. And so with the youth, it's so important for me that I'm looking to engage youth at all levels. We're looking to engage youth that are part of Jack and Jill. They were volunteers for us last year, the last couple of years at our Unity Day. We're looking to engage students, college students. So I've been on the campus of Indiana Tech, partnering with the Black Excellence Association, some great youth in that organization, but looking to continue spreading the word about who Dr. King is.
Okay.
Also looking, establishing a partnership with the Peacemakers. Great organizations. Is not only they started out in Southside, but now they're in all of the high schools and Fort Wayne Community Schools. And so I'm looking to expand on that.
Okay.
And continue to let them know that Dr. King was a man of resilience. He was a man on a mission, and we want them to continue this mission.
Thank you. Porsche, if there are parents watching or maybe even young people watching, how would they go about getting involved in all of what George mentioned?
So we want them involved. We want them to come help us with our TikToks. We want them to come help us with our Instagram, come help us with our social media. This is where the youth are. They're in social media. So we do have our website. We have our scholarship also that we want the youth to apply for. We'll talk about that later on. But we want youth involved. We want them to be a part of what we have going on. If they do poems, if they dance, we have our, on January 20th, our Martin Luther King Unity Day coming up. We want them to come be involved, come perform, let the city know what talent we have here.
Okay.
So we want them to show themselves so that we can advertise them, let them know that we're a city and we're growing and we're all about unity and inclusiveness and including them with us.
Yes, absolutely. And you mentioned the scholarship. So let's go ahead and talk about the scholarship for a second. It's the Glenn Gleason Scholarship, correct? Tell us a little bit about that.
So the scholarship, I think we're giving out 4 this year. 3? My apologies. Okay, I went a little too
You're
far.
giving out the other.
Right.
If there's someone in the audience who wants to be a sponsorship, we can give out 4.
We can give out 4. If you want to sponsor us, we're more than welcome to take that. Yes, we're giving out $1,000 scholarships. The application is on our website, www.mlkclub4fw. And they can go to that site, print off the application. It gives the directions where they're going to send the information to. The applications are due December 29th.
Okay.
So we do want those in hard deadline so that we can make the decision and we can give the awards out on the 20th.
Okay,
January 20th.
so pretty quickly, so you don't want to miss that deadline. And again, that website was www.mlkclubfw, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
You got it. Yes.
Okay, perfect. I love that. And so a lot of times you hear people in the community say that we don't collaborate as a people. There's more competition than collaboration. So there are a lot of agencies, just to name a few, the Chamber, the Urban League, the NAACP. Do you collaborate with other agencies? And if so, how do you collaborate with them?
Yeah, good question. So I'll start out. Our first collaboration is we moved our office to the Urban League. So we're now housed within the Fort Wayne Urban League.
Great.
So we're starting that collaboration as well. We also have one of our events, which is Santa on Tour. That event is also hosted by the Urban League. So that's one of the partnerships and collaborations that we've started. I believe that I've been in the community for some time now. I've had the opportunity to work with many of the leaders, and I think that this is an opportunity to continue forging those relationships, that networking opportunity. So I'm very open. So if you're watching today and you want to collaborate with the MLK Club, please give us a call.
Okay.
And let's brag on you a little bit because you went over to Martin Luther King Montessori and played Martin Luther King.
Tell us about that. We need to hear about this. We need to hear about this.
About it.
So
we want an example.
Wow. So as a part of my day job, I had the opportunity to lead African American Business Resource Group. And we partnered with the Montessori School for 4 years in a row, where we provided books and also we read to the young people there. So one year, working with the executive director, Greta McKinley, she said, George, we've done Rosa Parks. We, have the books on Dr. King. What do you think about playing Dr. King? So I had the opportunity to sit and rehearse and get into my Dr. King moment. And so we partnered with, and speaking of partnerships, we partnered with Fellowship Church.
Okay.
We had a bus through CityLink, and it had a dedicated seat for Rosa Parks on that bus. So we had Condra Ridley. She played Rosa Parks, and most of you know Condra Ridley. She's great. I played the role of Dr. King. And so the young people boarded the bus, and we went to Fellowship Church, where I gave the Dr. King speech. Not only did I was able to give the speech, but there were students from the class that played my children, Dr. King's children.
Okay.
And so we do have a picture of that on our website.
Okay.
But it was just a great opportunity just to kind of get into that Dr. King. And on the mountains, I was.
Well, I was just going to say, I could tell by your face that you just, I already know without even seeing anything that you loved it.
Oh, I loved
You
it.
enjoyed it immensely.
I loved it. It's really interesting that the children like, bye, Daddy. And I was like, well, they were getting into it as well.
Right.
And so it was just a great opportunity to give back. Again, just being able to partner with a local church, the partnership with CityLink. This year, we're going to have another event where the Dr. King Club is going to be partnering with the Montessori School as well as the African American Business Resource Group. And there's also going to be other organizations that will be there to partner as well. But I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be January 17th from 10 to 12 at the Montessori School, where we will have Rosa Parks being portrayed. We're also going to have a puppeteer, so there's going to be able to entertain. So as I don't know if you all know, but the Montessori School is not just preschool, but it's 1st through 3rd grade.
Okay.
And so this is an opportunity just to partner. So
Great.
You mentioned those collaborations. That's one that we're going to be moving forward strong with is the Montessori School. They've been around since 1968. And we've been around since 1985. And so we're looking to move forward.
Great. Perfect. And we are, if you stick with us, and you will stick with us, towards the end, we are going to get into those events a little more specifically as far as dates, times, when and where. So stick with us for that. With that being said, it does take a village,
Yes.
right? So let's talk about members. Let's talk about membership. Why is membership important? How can someone become a member? And what impact are they making in the community by becoming a member of the organization?
Yep. So membership is the heartbeat of an organization.
Correct.
So we really need those who are interested in being a member of the Martin Luther King Club. We do have our current rates at 50% off through January 20th. So what a great opportunity to come on board. So, but in terms of membership, we have students, we have adults, we have not-for-profit organizations that would include churches. So we want you to come on board because your membership fees gives us an opportunity to do more programming in the community. In particular, the historical tours that I have not been on just yet, but I've been on my own personal with my own children. So I make sure that my children are aware of who Dr. King is. So we've been to Montgomery, we've been to Alabama, we've been to Atlanta, and that's important to me.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that we continue that. So with the pandemic, we did have kind of a fall off with the pandemic, but we're looking to gear back up. So there'll be more information on that regarding the upcoming tours.
Okay. And as far as, do they also go to the website for membership, the fees and everything that's associated? They can go to that.
They can go to our website. That information is out there. And I would love to have you be a part of the Dr. King Club as a member. We're also looking, as we go forward, we will have all member meetings, meet and greets for our members. And we're looking to have programming as well. Various programs come in as we're partnering with some of the local financial institutions. We want to make sure financial literacy is a part of what we do going forward as
Imperative.
well. Yes.
Imperative.
And I would say, from that perspective, as far as membership, that's where the community has to step up.
Yes.
Because a lot of times in the community, we are always talking about what's not there, what's not available, what could be better, how that could have been, better served or whatever.
Yeah.
But we don't become a part of.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so that we can actually have a voice at the table.
Exactly.
And so to become a member gives you that voice.
Yes.
And so I would like to see the membership grow and increase. And even from a small business perspective, because I know you said nonprofit,
Yes.
but also memberships for small businesses too would be impactful.
Absolutely.
And is definitely needed. So
Right. Right. And you brought up a good point. I mean, many of us, I'm guilty. We're all guilty. We sit back and we complain about things from the sidelines, but we're not out there on the field. So really, until you're out there in the field, with your gear, fighting the fight,
yes.
you really don't have a leg to stand on to complain from the sidelines.
Yeah.
And we will,
So-
and we will complain. And I'll say, something else with me being a part of the MLK Club, I never realized that you guys were ringing the bell for the Salvation Army, right?
Yeah,
and so
absolutely.
then,
Many
so
years, yeah.
yeah, many times. And so, I know I had the opportunity to stand alongside the bell ringers and actually ring the bell and see how challenging it can be. But it was so awesome when the buckets actually got so full, they had to come and change the bucket out, because people began to give like that. But to just be a part of that, people don't know the other things
Yeah.
that you may do, the
Yeah.
small things, I'll say, that has a major impact. And so,
sure.
yeah, so it's been good for me to realize and to know some of the things and some of the lives that have been touched or changed through just some of the events.
Yeah.
At one point having people or giving people the center stage to be able to get up and sing a song
Yeah.
and be encouraged by the audience.
Yes.
Those small things that mean so much to the people that's on the stage.
Yeah.
And recognizing people in the community with different awards. And so, yeah, I just want to bring that forth. So even if you have an opportunity to participate in the souvenir book, do that by all means. This is your club. The
And while you're
MLK
saying
Club
that-
is our community's
Yes.
club.
And you've even made the suggestion, which go ahead and elaborate on the new logo that's going to be made by someone
Oh.
creating that. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I was just saying that it would be awesome for our young people in the community to have like a competition to create
yeah.
a logo
That would
for
be
the
awesome.
MLK Club.
That would be awesome.
And
For the
so,
40
yeah, to
40th year
design,
coming up.
yeah,
Yeah.
something
40th
for the 40th.
Yeah.
yeah, and
Rick's
what a
done-
great way to engage, the youth. I love that.
Absolutely.
Love that
Absolutely.
idea.
Yes.
Yeah. So one more thing regarding membership. As we think about membership, as we support our own, that gives the funders an opportunity to say the community is supporting and backing this organization. That gives us more funding availability as well for us to do more programming, more opportunities for trips as well. So we look at day trips, we look for overnight trips as well.
Okay.
So we're excited about that opportunity. As membership grows, the opportunity for additional funding.
Amen. So, two words that are coming up a lot in the conversation are support and community. So, with being transparent and real and raw, how do you feel like the community supports the organization?
I feel like there's opportunities for additional support.
Okay.
But I feel like our team here, we have a great team. I think we're looking to move things forward, and in moving things forward, getting that visibility, like the opportunities today. As we're interviewing with you today, we're sharing this information. They'll see that we have leadership in place who's ready to move forward. And that's where we are. We're ready to move forward.
What does that look like? When you say we're ready to move forward, if you had the full support from the community, how does that look different than it does today?
Wow. Oh man, my vision. I see youth leadership teams. I see the opportunity for just collaboration, and I'm already in the process of creating those collaborative opportunities. But I'm looking at
I think we were on an
Balls.
educational trip yesterday.
Education.
If we had that background
Yes.
that
Yeah.
we needed,
Yes,
we'd already be on an
Okay.
educational
oh
trip.
absolutely.
Okay. So you see it.
I see.
You see it.
I see it. I see funding opportunities, balls, different types of activities that engage the youth, and to keep Dr. King's vision and dream alive.
Very well.
Schools,
Very well.
And as well, some other things that had been mentioned before, even like a junior MLK
Yes.
club.
I like that too.
So
Yeah.
that, because young people, they have a different conversation.
Yes.
And as Portia said, was, talking about the TikToks and different things that they're a part of that
Yeah.
they, are so hyped up about. You have to do things that they love in order
Yes.
to capture their attention.
Yep.
Yes.
And so there's so much more to it. And
Yes.
so just the momentum now and moving forward, we have to say that obviously it's been great up to here,
Yes.
Yes.
So our previous leaders, presidents, etc., everybody, they've
I'm
done an
stepping into
amazing
it.
job.
Yes.
It's still
Absolutely.
going. Yeah, it's
Yes,
still going
and,
from their
and
time.
I was
yeah.
going to say, and they're still a part of it.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
so that's the thing, stepped away from a position, but still supporting.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, so having, the Edwards there
Yes.
and
Yes.
I'm going to say as a spine too, that really helps to continue to strengthen the club. And one of the things that was surprising to me was just standing on the outside, you assume almost that this is a Black club,
Yeah.
a Black organization, because you don't know, right? And then when you become a part of it and you get on the inside and you find out there's different culture sitting at the table,
Yes.
Yes.
then you say, now I'm in the right place.
Yes.
Yes.
This is where I want to be.
Yep.
Because that's what Dr. King stood for.
Yes.
For all people.
Anyway,
Yes.
all people.
Yes.
And so that's one of the things that I believe is a strong part of the MLK Club.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Very
And
diversity.
the unity, that is very, very important.
Yes.
Before we close out, we do want to talk about some of the events coming up. I know, 28th annual Santa on Tour and drive-through celebration. Tell us a little bit about this, and then I'll give some details as far as the date, etc.
So Santa on Tour, we're actually going to have 2 Santas this year. One will be African American and one will be Hispanic.
Okay.
We have forms that individuals can fill out in both languages. We want to be inclusive. We're trying to grow. They just drive through. They will be given, last year we did hot dogs, chips.
Okay.
Toys. They get to take their picture. Well, I take pictures and I video record with Santa. Some of them get out and they take their own. But I mean, it's some of the Divine 9 come and they help wrap gifts that morning. They help hand out toys. It's a beautiful event that we have going on for the Santa
You
on
need
Tour.
to be there.
You need to be there.
It's
Yes.
a lot of,
yes.
It's a parade of cars, a
It
lot of
is.
hustle and bustle, and hopefully
Yes.
the weather is good to us.
I'm hoping so. We're gonna pray
Yeah.
on this one.
Yep.
Yeah, George, we
Praying.
know that you
Yes.
like to play a role. So are you going to be Santa also?
I will not be saying.
And this is
That
coming
elf.
up. This is coming up this Saturday, correct?
Yes.
Saturday, December 14th. It says for ages 2 to 12
Yes.
from noon until 2 p.m. And this is at the Fort Wayne Urban League, 2135 South Hannah. Again, this coming Saturday.
I know. Wait. When you did you say ages 2 to 12? It
Ages
sound like-
2 to 12.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, what
Correct.
Is that?
Ages age 2 years old to 12, they have to bring their children with them, and then we give them the toy. While
I
they're
was
there.
going to say those are the only people that get toys.
We got to make a limit on it. I'll be in line getting toys.
Are you
too,
trying to
Dr.
get
V?
I mean, ages 2 to 12.
Ages 2
What
to
about the
12?
13-year-old?
So we do have some families that have 13-year-olds. So we will have some gift cards available for those
Okay.
families that have teenagers.
I was just getting ready to say now. I know I was passing out gifts for some teenagers.
Yes. So
Oh,
Yeah,
we
okay.
try to be
Yeah.
inclusive,
Yeah.
but if you're out there, you want to donate, please
Yes.
go to our website. We are accepting donations
Definitely are.
this Friday and also the day of.
Great. And then on the 20th of January,
Yes.
there is another event coming up. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah.
That is our 39th annual Dr. King Unity Celebration, actually, that we're going to have. Last year, we do honor individuals at that event also.
Okay.
We give out the scholarships at that event. There will be a continental breakfast. There will be dancing. Like I said, there will be poems. There will be singing. We are going to have a good old unified good time.
And this information is on the website as
It's
well.
on the website as well, yes.
Okay.
Ticket prices will be, we'll have a QR code shortly that they can purchase tickets, through the website.
Great. Well, I thank all three of you. Our time went quickly, but we did cover a lot. Any organization does need the help from the community. And, something that I noticed, Dr. King had a lot of quotes, and
Yes.
love was mentioned
Yes.
all the time. So many words of love, so many quotes to do with love. So, I just wanted to put that out there, especially now with everything going on, not just in the world, but in our community right here. We want to remind you to just love one another.
One another.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, thank you
Thank
both,
you.
all
Thank
three of you,
Thank
for your
you.
passion and for serving the community.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
And thank you for being with us. We want to remind you as we exit, Doc V.
Yes, thank you. In the process of this, in joining forces with MLK Club, I just want to remind people that sometimes it does take us to have to renew our minds so that we can understand why it's so important for us to be a part of something like the MLK Club. And so in that, then we remind you also to always protect your mind. Thank you. A podcast by Neutral Voices Media Group. In the Know.